So yeah, like where I had left off was that, so yeah, like I had a stalker still. And I'm like, you never really, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know the extent of like everything he had, but I tried my best to like follow up on everything. And it was hard. After that, yeah, I feel like that was it. Like, after analyzing it, because yeah, I mean, I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't smoke or drink. I just don't do it. I mean, I don't find it interesting anymore, but I'm just like, even before that was happening, I know for sure the weed and alcohol set me off in my episode, but like, I was like still doing it, like just drinking, you know, like I'd have a beer like a couple times a week. I mean, I guess that was like, but I was actually drinking liquor. I was only just drinking like a beer. And then I was like smoking every day. And I guess I could have still been, I save a lot of money now because I don't smoke, of course, and don't do drugs. So I'm like, at least I know my money really is like all going to necessities now. Like I said, either way, like I wasn't having any episodes or anything, so I just really got set off. And I started thinking about my past, like my past before that person too. That was not my first domestic violence situation. I was also going through that in childhood. With my biological father, and that side of the family was very toxic, which is why I disowned myself from that side of the family in 2014 as well. So I started thinking about that. I started thinking about him, like, what is this track record that I've built for myself? Like, why can't I seem to fully get away? I'm always finding out stuff about things later, and I haven't had like a lot of support, and it's just very difficult, like, just to deal with everything. So now I'm in a situation where I'm basically like living in kind of like a shelter situation again, but it's a little different. And it's just like, because these are like institutionalized situations, it's like I still kind of feel like I'm in jail in a way, and like not, of course, as bad as jail, because I have the freedom to leave the house and stuff, like if I wanted. It's like, but because of like the restrictions and the rules of wherever I'm at, like it's just very hard to just be comfortable and happy with that. Like, I made it work. And now I'm at that point where, like, now that I'm set back even more with this car, it's like, in a way, it's like I'm glad. I feel like, Spirit was protecting me as far as the car, because it was already starting to have issues with, like, acceleration and stalling when I was trying to get on the highway and stuff. And even on regular roads. And then the car like ran hot several times, and I had to pull over, and I put more refresh the coolant, and it was okay, I guess, for a couple more weeks, a few more weeks maybe, and then it started running hot again because it was like a really hot day, getting close in the hundreds, and I was out driving, and the car was running slightly hot. It wasn't all the way in the red, but it was like just like a little above the half point. And I thought like, hey, I could still drive it as long as it's not in the red. I honestly didn't know that you literally should not drive it at all when it's like above the middle threshold. So I'm just like, wow, like I was already driving around like that. And then like a few hours later, I got in an accident. So in a way, it's like, I feel like, apparently my head gaskets could have blown. I really don't know anything, like two things about cars, except for like, I just know like the manufacturers and that's and models. I don't know anything about the set of problems that each manufacturer, that comes with each, kind of car you have. I just thought when people just had cars and it didn't matter what they got, I just thought they got it based on style choice. I really didn't know. Like, I just thought, hey, whatever car I got was going to be good. It just got bad from normal wear and tear. I didn't think that, like, there was just a set of problems that come with each car. I just didn't know. No one cared to tell me until after. Even when I got my first car, the Ford, like the person, the majority of the time I had that car, like I actually got that car before I met the like really old person. I got the car like, when did I get that car? Like 4 or 5 months before I even met that person. Already was getting it financed and everything. So yeah, that car at the time was only a 2-year-old car, so it was a fairly new car and everything like that. So I was like really proud of myself. And then I came out here, and then at that point, like he began like doing the maintenance on it and all that. So like once again, I wasn't really aware of like everything it needed, like because I only had that car for like 4 months. So like I think I just did like the standard like oil change, and that was it. I didn't do anything else maintenance wise to that car. So like I wasn't really aware at all. So like I didn't really know much until I like got my own car, and then like 2 weeks after driving my car, the engine light comes on. I'm just like, but I just got this car, and it was a catalytic converter. Had to get that replaced because I'm like, can't really be driving like that, and I just didn't like seeing my engine light on, so I like paid for it with money I didn't have. I'm like, this car was supposed to help me build up income, not subtract more income. But then another engine light code came on like 2 weeks after that, throttle body. I'm like, okay, I see where this is going. This is gonna be a money guzzling car for no reason. Like, it's not worth it. F Chevys, F Fords, F other whatever American made cars. I'm gonna get me a Honda or Toyota. Forget all the other ones that come after that. Honda or Toyota, period. I want a Honda Civic next, so that's what I'm gonna look for. And even if it just has to be Honda or Toyota. Like, I'm not gonna be picky about the year. I'm not gonna be picky about the miles to an extent. I'm just gonna try to get, if I have to get like a 20-year-old year. I mean, I'm just saying, like, if I have to get like a really old car, I don't know, just something decent that could get me from point A to point B and not have engine lights coming on every 2 weeks. That would be great. So now I'm back where I kind of started, with barely any money in my account, and I mean, I get SSI, so I get like a fixed income every month. I mean, I don't have bills anymore. Just my phone bill. Like, I don't have a car insurance anymore. I feel like, yeah, like I don't have car insurance payment. I shouldn't have to pay it for July. I'm gonna have to contact them and see, like, pausing the insurance until I get another car. I don't know what happens, like, once you get in an accident and you don't have another car for a while, like, how that even works with insurance. So, I have to find that out. How that works. But yeah, like, I mean, I'm probably gonna get close to what I paid for the car. So, but that's still not a lot to work with because I did not pay a lot for that car at all. Like, I was homeless, so I only paid a few thousand for it. So, I'm like, what's the point of getting a nice car when you know what I mean? Like, a super nice car. Like, I don't need that right now. I mean, I'm just gonna be modest with my stuff, Because if I was trying to get a nicer car, I wouldn't have even got that car. I would have kept saving up for, but it's like, I mean, I thought I had a good purchase. I feel like if that was a 2007 Toyota Corolla or something, I would have been all right. But lesson learned for that. And it's like, at least Spirit allowed me to have almost what I paid for to work with, instead of it breaking down its own and me starting from $0 all over again, trying to save up. At least I'll have, a couple thousand or something. I don't know. It's like, at least how much I get for it, I don't know. At least I'll have some of what I paid for it to start with. Plus, if I could get some money in the future for my damages, as far as like the insurance, the insurance, because of like the company, the attorney's office. I'm about to like stop this video. So I don't know if you kind of relate to any of this. Like I said, I'm gonna link. I don't know if I've already said it. I'm gonna link my Venmo below, and then I'm gonna also link my Give Butter and GoFundMe at a later date. Basically, what I plan to do with whatever I fundraise is put that towards another car and moving expenses into my apartment. I believe that I am able to keep up an apartment again. I just had a lot of triggers, and have been weaning off my medication for the last, basically since right before COVID hit. So like the last 4 or 5 months, I've been weaning off my meds. Because actually the doctor that I ended up talking to through the court system, she didn't think that I needed to be on all those medicines because I really have a PTSD diagnosis, not a bipolar 1, like I mentioned earlier. And she was right, and she felt like the drugs were a trigger, so she told me to stop. Like, even like whenever I had an emotional trigger, I would self-medicate, and that would make me have an episode, because I'm just basically kind of like reliving my trauma when I like have certain emotions come to the surface, and I have like really bad nightmares like a few times a week, to the point where like some nights I'm scared to go to sleep, bad nightmares. So, but now, because of everything, all the frustrations I'm going through, I'm thinking about getting back on meds, like not permanently, but just for the time being, because the accident is really what triggered all these feelings I'm having and what made me make this video, because I really was doing well. I was accepting of my situation. I was being humble, but now I'm like just really angry and really frustrated, because even though I'm glad that I'm not hurt, even though I'm glad I still have some of the money that I worked with, and it's like the fact that I just don't have my own transportation, like for like it, who knows how long. I mean, it won't be as I'm pretty sure it won't be 2 years, but it's like just having to just go without it for a while again is just like really frustrating. So like I said, what I plan to do with the fundraising money is whatever money I get for the car that got totaled, I will just add that on to it. So hopefully it'll be faster with me trying to get another car. Maybe spend, like, instead of just spending only a few thousand, at that point I'll try to double or nearly double what I spent the first time on, number one, just a better car in general, and then number two, a better manufacturer, so at least I could have better odds as far as like the longevity of the car. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with the Honda or Toyota at this point. I'm not gonna go with, even if they are, I'm not gonna go with Mazda, I'm not gonna go with Kia, I'm not gonna go with Nissan. I mean, I've heard stuff about, like, I'm just good. I'm good on all that. So just those two, and I'm trying to like save up for, because my first apartment was a 1-bedroom, so I want to save up for a 1-bedroom, 1-bath again, or even a 2-bedroom, because I'm thinking like I want a guest room, but maybe I won't start off with that because it is more money. So I mean, basically just an apartment, because I want to have my rent, my deposit, and then I want to have double my moving expense. So if it costs, let's say my rent, I'm just gonna throw numbers out there. Let's say my rent is $1,200 a month with the $1,200 deposit. That's $2,400. It's just, you know what I mean? And then so I want to have at least another $2,400 in my account, plus, let's say, moving expenses. I don't have a lot of stuff to move, because literally I had a hatchback comp, like it was like a hatchback car. It was a small car. So literally everything I owned could fit in my car. So like that's why I'm like, okay, what really moving expenses would I have? But let's just say moving expenses are $500, just so $2,400 plus 20 plus 5, 20. I say it costs $3,000 to move into my next apartment. So I want to have another at least $3,000 in my bank. So I want to have $6,000 total. And then let's say $6,000 for moving total, and then another $6,000 for a better car. So that's $12,000, and then just have another $3,000 for emergencies. So that's why I want to have a fundraiser goal of $15,000. And after thinking about it and doing the numbers, I feel like it's a good starting point for me, because at this point I have no job, I have no car, and I have no place to live. And at least when I got my car in April, I'm like, finally I have something in my name. I bought the car cash. I didn't have any payments left on it, which is good. I didn't have to worry about all that. So all I had to do was pay my insurance, and I thankfully had full coverage, which I knew to get because I haven't been driving for 2 years anyway. So I'm like, that's why I made sure, like, if I really was at fault, like, that I would be covered. But I wasn't even at fault because someone hit me in the back. So, I mean, as you can see, I am responsible. Like, I try to take my adversities and make the best of it. I try not to cut corners. Even though I'm homeless, I still try not to take, like, the cheapest way out of things. I mean, of course, I want things that are, like, the lowest price and the most economical. But, like, even with the food I eat, like, I try to, like, not cut corners with the food I eat, and like eat a lot of carbs, because carbs are more cheap to get, more easy to make than like proteins and vegetables and complex carbs. So I really try to like incorporate vegetables, incorporate protein, just stuff like that. Like, of course, if I don't have it, but that's why I'm actually really glad that I get food stamps, because I'm able to get foods that are healthy and all that kind of stuff. And then you can make it stretch, you know what I mean, if I need to. So it's like I really still try to look out for my health, try to make sure my skin is on point, my hair, even if things may not be looking too good in this video, because I had like a really bad breakout last week. Like they're they're actually going down a lot. Like there was like 4 like right here, and now they're kind of just like the scars, because I've been using like coconut oil on my skin, and it's been helping a lot. Like I put some on at night before I go to sleep, and then like some at night in the morning when I leave the house. And it's only been like 3 or 4 days of doing this, like let's say like 4 days, and then they've gone down tremendously. They were all like really pronounced on my face, and now they're just subtle. And like when I've been taking pictures with my family here, like my skin's been looking way better. So I mean, I've been just still trying to take care of myself and like my skin, because like I haven't had eczema in like 15 years, and like apparently my mom said I had it as a kid, but as an adult and even a teenager, I never had it. I use all this scented stuff and perfumes all the time and products, and nothing happened. But like, because I've been under so much stress, like in February of this year, I broke out in a severe eczema rash all over my chest, and I've been having that rash for the last like 6 to 7 months. Say 2, 7. Yeah, like let's just say like 6 months. Like yeah, I've been dealing with my eczema, and now it gets better and worse. Like I have good weeks with it and bad weeks with it. So like now at this point, I'm not using anything scented. I use unscented soap, unscented cream, unscented oils, just all that. So no perfumes. So yeah, I'm fresh, but don't have just have a fresh smell. I think the only thing that's kind of scented that I use is like my deodorant, but that's like a roll-on deodorant. It's not like that bad or anything, because I'm not breaking out under my arms. It's just, but I try to make sure before I put the deodorant on sometimes, or like around it, my armpit area, I just like put the cream around it so like I don't break out, and I haven't broken out, so that's good. But yeah, like my skin's just been like reacting, and I've been having these like weird like eye twitches, and I like googled it. I'm like, why are my eyes like, they were like spazzing out. Like I don't know if you could even see it, but like, I'd be like looking down or like on my phone or just trying to go to sleep, and my eyes would just be like just moving. And like it'll be very hard for like for them to relax. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video because it's like 1 a.m. over here, but technically it's only 10 in California, which is why I feel like I'm not tired all the way. But yeah, like if you kind of basically, like I said, I'm trying to raise 15,000, because I feel like at this point I've given it my all. I still always will try my best to give it my all, but at this point, I'm really pooped out. I'm like burnt out. Like at this point, I am like a broke down car that has problems, and like every time I keep getting fixed up a little bit, I break. I'm like a freaking living Ford and Chevy. Like it seems to be where you're like, oh, cool, and then like 2 days later, I'm in the shop, like, and like running hot. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm like overworking my energy, overworking everything, overworking my brain, because I want to be in a good situation. I want to work. Like, I used to work hella customer service jobs. One of my favorite jobs, which kind of made me interested in the medical field and even the business field, like working under an insurance company, doing prior authorizations for patients and making calls to doctors' offices and nurses, and just like data entry and just clerical work. I really like that kind of stuff. And just customer service in general. I like, making people's lives easier and like making them comfortable, because of everything I've been through. It's like I know how that feels to feel like you have no one to help you, and like you're trying to figure something out with like your eligibility, and like this is relating to your health care, it's relating to your needs, like your quality of life, and like if I could be there to assist, like that's perfect. And but then again, like in a way, I'm kind of discouraged from applying to these jobs, not even because of the not having the car, but the charge and all that. It's like the car and the charge. Like even if I had a way to work, it's like I know I have a job that I'm super like I literally found my exact job like on this staffing agency's website, and it was like literally the job description was exactly the job that I used to do like years ago when I was like 18. And like, cause that was actually my first full-time job, and they hired me, and at 18, I think I was like the youngest person at that job. The second youngest person was like 20. I literally was like the youngest person at my job. Everyone was like in their 30s, 40s, already had kids, and they like just hired me, and I was just like, I guess because I was just really like, and I was like, I don't have experience, but I will, show them. I will show you that I can learn fast, and I told them I am with like customer service, and actually about my part-time jobs, and that I'm really good with like being fast and like type computers, I could do good with these administrative tasks and everything. And it's like I found my exact job description in where I'm living now in the area, and I know I could ace the interview and everything because I literally have that exact job on my resume. But then it's like, okay, transportation number one. Okay, let's say that checks out. But then it's like, what about the charge number? It's like, yes, it's at a staffing agency, but like, are they gonna be able to work with me if I explain? But it's like, there's honestly no point in applying right now anyway, because I don't have a way to get there. I can't do Uber for weeks, because like, why would I spend all that money on Uber when I could go towards the car? And I think in the area where the job is, the public transportation is pretty sparse. It's like not really all there. So like at that point, first of all, I don't have a ride. Just have no way of getting there. So if y'all come me out with this car thing, like I said, I'll even still keep up this YouTube, like the come up. Seriously, like I really wanted to do this channel. Like someone suggested to me, I like call it the come up, or like reference like this is my come up, or these are my experiences. And I thought like I should wait till I was like in a better position to document this. But I feel like why not do it when I'm feeling like this? Like this is legit what I'm feeling like. This is what I'm looking like. Like I used to put way more time and effort into my appearance than I do now, but it's like I really have so much going on. It's like it's only like the bare minimum. Like it's the bare minimum of like what I need to do. Like just make sure I eat a few times a day. I actually don't even really eat. I only eat like twice a day now. And just like a week or two ago, I was only eating once a day. And then a week before that, I was only eating like barely every other day. Like I was not eating, and I actually gained, yeah, for the whole month of June, because today's July 1st. The whole month of June, I barely ate, but I gained 10 pounds, and it's all stress. Like I said, my eyes were switching, and even like I even got my menstrual cycle twice in the month of June. Twitching, weight gain, acne, eczema. Like my body has been literally going through the ringer. That's why I said I'm like not. I'm like the little engine that could, and I'm like literally like I think I can, and I'm just like, bruh, your girl is going through. It's like my skin, like I it probably, I know it don't look bad right now because it used to be worse. That's why I said, like, I feel like y'all appreciate, like, viewers. I know when I watch people's videos, like, I appreciate when they were in these, like, distressed states, and then you would see in their later videos, like, how they progress. And I feel like y'all would appreciate that more, like, if I showed, like, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, I really contemplated, like, leaving here early and going back to California so I could check myself into a mental facility. And I know that that would hurt my heart and really make me feel even more discouraged about my progress. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to do anything harmful to my mental state by, like, withstanding uncomfortability so much that I, like, literally blow up. So, like, that's why I feel like I can't even get an appointment until the day before I leave, so that I really won't even get any meds until I go back to California. So either way, I'm, like, stuck here with no meds. Even though I like where I'm at, it's like I have no meds. And, like, because I was doing fine with no meds, so I wasn't, my appointment's not till later on in July, so I thought that I would be okay. Like, I literally thought that I would be okay. But, like, I've been thinking about it for the last, like, almost week, like 5 days, and I'm, like, going back and forth, like, do I really want to get back on meds again after I did so well? And my therapist was like, don't think that, she was like, don't think that it's a failure because you're trying to go back on meds, like. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to make her think that, like, I need them all, like, for the rest of my life. Like, it's just because I'm going through a tough time. And, yeah, I have a history of mental illness. And that will kind of always be there because PTSD, like, there really isn't a cure. You just have to go to therapy for, like, however long you need it. So, and the kind of trauma that I've been through was the kind of trauma that will follow you for the rest of your life in a way. Like, you just have to learn how to deal with it for the rest of your life and, like, learn how to cope with it for the rest of your life. Like, I've dealt with abuse, neglect, financial abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, just all of it, all the abuses. Like, it's just ridiculous. So I'm just at the point where now, like, I'm evidence that you can survive. I haven't barely even got into detail about that because I'm really trying to, let y'all see, like, the current situation and, like, the main reason that I want to fundraise. Because I just, for better quality of life and I just want to have a reason to go on, to document, to get my message out there, to aim to make my life better, to show myself that I can do it, to document my own progress so I could look back, 2 months later, 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, and even if I'm still not exactly where I envision me being a year from now, I can be happy that, and I have something to look forward to, be like, okay, I want to do really well and stay positive, so when I look back at these videos, I can see that I made a difference. So, like, either way, I'm doing this all for me, and I want to be able to help society too. Like, I appreciate the help that I have been given from different programs and stuff, but at the same time, like, I want to be in a position one day to where I can give back. That's why I feel like because I didn't grow up in a situation where, you know, money wasn't an issue, and I'm really relying on my community and social media and just kind hearts from people I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it's been my whole life. Whenever I really did get help, like serious help for things that I was going through, it was always from like strangers or people who didn't know me or people who just could relate and identify with my situation. They just always like certain people just gravitated to my story, and like once they heard it, and like it just made them want to help me out. Like I said, I'm always grateful. I'm glad I never had to actually like, sleep on the street or anything, gratefully, but I have been in my fair share of shelters, like at least, I don't know how many shelters I've been in, like at least 4 in the past 2 years. Some were like longer term, some were shorter. Um, Definitely been in my fair share of hospitals. Anyway, hospitals like a shelter, because I've been in hospitals for days. I've been in hospitals for, I don't know. I think the longest time I've been in a hospital was like 3, almost a month, like 3 weeks. So yeah, like it was, and they're not fun. Like once you first initially go, and then, but like once you're calmed down, you're like, really trying to get out of there. Like, so I know for a fact that that will be not an ideal thing. Like, I literally have to hold out until Monday. And it's only Thursday. So basically, Thursday morning at like 1 8. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And basically, I have to literally not be on, like, it's just, so like the only way I actually could technically get meds that are like antidepressants or something is if I went to the ER, which in that way they will actually check me in. Like, I don't even know how to get antidepressants without saying you're having like harmful, like I don't know how they're gonna just give it to you, because you literally, that's what sucks about mental health too, because I feel like there were times where I literally didn't have to go to the hospital. I just needed to get more meds, but like my actual med doctor was not available, so I had to literally go in the hospital just to get on the meds. I'm like, this is literally all I need. Like, all I need is like you to talk to me for like 15 minutes and then just give me the prescription. So literally, like, I literally go in there, say I'm having suicidal thoughts just to get checked in. I mean, sometimes I would, but then sometimes I really wouldn't, and I would like just be like, I'm just depressed, and then I'll literally only be there for a few days because they have to put you on a 72-hour hold. So like they let me out like 3 days later because they're like, okay, she's not acting out or anything, like she just wanted the meds, and then they give you a follow up with your person, but yeah, like that's, so it's like I feel like I'm just, if I like, it's no, I mean, yeah, if I already know I'm gonna be in there for 3 days just to get meds that one day, I have to try to find a way to get through this, for real. Yes, I said that's what sucks about mental health. There should be like some kind of, they need to, it's like, it's just, I really want to make moves with mental health. Like, I want to make an impact with mental health. Like, I feel like because of what I've been through, like, it's like you should be able to go to the ER for mental health too and get sent home. Like, you can go to the ER and they could give you like, steroids, and I don't know what else they give you, like meds when you go to ER for other stuff. So like, why can't you go to like a mental ER too, where they could let you out under 72 hours? Because usually when they put you under the initial 24-hour one, it always goes to a 5150. I've heard that way too many times, and like that's just, and that's like some, in a way, it's like I'm glad I did it those times, because it's like it's better to be safe than sorry. Then have a worse episode, end up having to be there longer because you didn't have your meds. Like I said, this stuff is just hard. It's really hard, and I'm just tired of the struggle. And even if I keep going on the struggle for like, I just, even if I am still in the struggle, I just want to keep moving forward. I don't want to keep feeling like I'm taking one step forward and 3 steps back every time. Because, like, do you really even see the forwards then if you're, like, still way back? Like, you know? It's like tortoise in the hare, but am I really the tortoise? Because, like, well, yeah, I said at one point in the story, the tortoise takes a nap. And, like, I'm like, I feel like the tortoise, like, passed out and, like, you just, I don't know. I don't know what I am. I don't know what analogy to put this to. Like, I've looked up, Googled it. Like, I've Googled, like, explanations for, like, life phenomena. And, like, I know there's certain things, but I'm like, I feel like there's people who really, unless people don't tell you, like, people who really go through, like, just way more than the average person. Like, everyone has that friend or friend who's just like, oh, dang, like, they really have an easy life. I was like, I know you don't, no one ever reveals everything, of course, but it's like you could, it's just, there's obvious ways you could tell, like, someone's had it easier than someone else. And I just feel like out of, like, everyone that I've come across, I mean, I guess I've met a few people who are in, like, equal or worse situations, but I feel like out of most people that I come in contact with, I always have, like, the harder, like, the more adverse story to tell, like, the most like, more horrible stuff than them. I mean, I don't know. It's like, why do other people, like, get a pass? And I really was looking up, like, who I was in the past life and, like, why, and, like, am I trying to work through generational stuff that was passed down to me through the womb, or, like, just, you know, regressions, like, energies from, like, and I'm just literally, I'm like, what is this? Like, are you serious? It's like that. It's like I feel like I'm in limbo, but, like, this is my reality. Like, regular life is limbo, so if this is regular life, then really, what is limbo for me? Because this already feels like limbo. Like, I'm, like, barely floating above, and, like, I have my, like, happy days or happy moments, but, like, the majority of my life is just, like, survival mode. Like, even when I was a little kid, just, like, trying to survive. Like, I'm always on 10. Like, whenever I relax, I'm, like, look, in a way, that's why I'm trying to change my mindset. Because, like, whenever I relax, I'm, like, looking around, like, when's the next, like, trying to prepare myself for, like, something bad. Because, like, not intentionally, just, oh, yeah, not intentionally, but just, like, for my own protection. Like, in a way, like, after I got my car and stuff, and, like, I kind of started to relax more, and then, like, when the accident happened, I was just like, wow, like, I did not expect this. Like, the accident happened, I was just like, dang, like, right when I began to relax, like, literally, I was supposed to have an interview, like, a couple days, yeah, I was supposed to have an interview, like, a couple days after my accident, but I didn't even, like, follow up with the people because, like, how am I gonna get there? I mean, I suppose I will follow up with them, because, I mean, I want that job to be an option. I don't want them to think, like, oh, like, she's not. They actually didn't even call me, but, like, I technically was supposed to have an interview, but they never, or maybe they did call me, because, like, there was a time where, like, my phone was not having service that week too, because of the area I was in. Like I would have like no service for like some periods of time. So like I don't know, like I said, I haven't heard anything from them to my knowledge, and then I haven't even followed up either. So like that's kind of like, either way I'm like, okay, I don't have a freaking car anyway to get there, and the job's only like 15-minute drive, but it's like an hour and 35 minutes on freaking transportation. So, and even for the shift that I was trying to get, it was like the early shift, like 6 a.m. to 2 something. But the buses don't start running till 5 something. So I would have to literally leave at 4 something in the morning, which they don't even have that going. Or do like the swing shift. But even if it is swing shift, based off where I live, the buses stop before my shift is over. So literally and then they have the overnight shift. So there's literally no shift I could do. So I already looked that up. No, I'm not. So I feel it's just not an option at this point. It's just literally not an option. So yeah, that's kind of what initially has been discouraging me. But anyway, like I said, I'm done with this video. I'm gonna just take something to go to sleep, and if you really if you feel inclined, like I said, I appreciate a donation of any amount. I'm just really glad to just get this out here, as far as documentation. And I really just want to improve my life, for the good of myself and for the good of those around me. I just want to be a light to this world, but it's just hard when I feel like it's been dimmed a lot my whole life, and now I feel like my light bulb is like flickering, and trying to get it to turn back on, but I'm trying to make sure it doesn't totally burn out. So that being said, yeah, it is what it is. Thanks for listening.